Yes, final remarks. Now, there's a possibility this is going to sound a lot like an Oscar speech, because I will have to first of all go through every single vote of thanks you could possibly ever think of. So first of all, I'd like to thank the guest chairs, the three guest chairs today, who were Paulina Sachowska for session 6, Melissa Vetters for session 7, and of course Julia Mutti for session 8. Thank you for your contribution to today and leading those really interesting discussion sessions. Thank you, all presenters, all poster participants, everybody who joined in with the discussion, sharing your own screens and bringing in all of these interesting points and so on and so forth. You can understand now why we had to move this to a 3-day event. When we looked at these abstracts, we were absolutely gobsmacked by the quality of them. And we just felt like this was the only reasonable solution, was to extend from 2 days to 3 days. I think that this has worked really well. We've had 3 days of really quality presentations over such varied subjects. One of the great strengths of this conference series is the fact that the theme is whatever you happen to be doing in Aegean prehistory at the moment. And then, the fact that that manages to actually coalesce into particular topics, subjects, ideas is even, it's better, in order to help us create sessions and kind of like give some organization and structure. But the thing is that it does reflect the wide variety of different types of work that's going on in our field at the moment. And given that this is all coming from early research, early career researchers, it shows the kind of vitality that is in our field, and that the future is in good hands, which is always a nice positive point. So, I can't thank you enough. On a side note, if any of you require a certificate in order to prove your participation at this conference, if you could contact us via the usual ageia@uw.edu.pl, then we will send one out to you. Then I also have to thank all of the kind of backroom people who have made this possible. So that's Eric, our IT guy, and Miron, who's provided support for the website, who's also going to be doing lots more work dealing with the videos so that we'll be able to have those available on the faculty YouTube website afterwards, so that you can view it all again at your leisure. So I also have to thank my fellow organisers, because you make my job incredibly easy, basically. I didn't realise that being the main organiser of a conference was so simple. Thank you all for your contributions, for the chairing of the sessions that you did, for all of the feedback, all of the hours that you've put into this. I mean, I know obviously how much all three of you have worked in order to make sure that this happens. So this is absolutely fantastic. Right, moving on from the vote of thanks now to off the Oscars track and onto something a bit different. We offer the opportunity for all participants to publish in a peer-reviewed series, which is the Sympozjum Egejskie series. So here is one example, volume 1 and volume 2, and they're done to a very nice fine standard with let's see if we can actually find an image. Let's find an image that doesn't involve my paper. So yes, a very high standard, very nicely done, and as I say, peer-reviewed. So the idea is obviously not just to allow you to present your work to an audience on a one-off basis, but then to put this in print and make sure that you get to disseminate at this early stage in your careers. So we will get back to you soon with more details about, all the usual admin stuff, the guidelines and deadlines and who we're going to publish with and all that kind of thing. But yes, as I say, everybody is invited, including the poster participants, to submit a paper. And we look forward to working with you further in order to produce a lovely volume, just like the ones that I showed you. And we also invite you to do this all over again in 2 years' time, when we hope to be hosting the 9th conference in Aegean Archaeology. And given the experience that we've had over the past 3 days, we are going to try and move to a hybrid format. We would love to be able to welcome you back to Warsaw. It would be wonderful to be able to have an in-person conference. But also the fact that we can reach this wider audience is very beneficial in terms of dissemination of research, but also it means that people who don't have the kind of funding to be able to just pick up a plane ticket and fly across the Atlantic or something, they can still take part. So this is why we've decided to move to a hybrid format in the future. And well, I mean, this conference series has been going from strength to strength. I have participated in 4 before this year, and every single time, you know, it just seems to be getting bigger and better. So God knows what the 9th one is going to be like, but we're probably going to involve fireworks and maybe a parade of elephants, or I'm not quite sure, but we'll have to see when we get there. But yes. I promise not to thank you again, but thank you all again so much for creating what's been an absolutely amazing 3 days. Yes, we look forward to working with you all in the future. So thank you and good night, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. Thank you.